Okay, so we left off with the death toll, 6 million Jews killed by the Nazis and 5 million other undesirables. This last little bit is kind of troubling, but I think you need to see what happened to the Jews and the others who were imprisoned by the Nazis. In this, you can see these are Jewish concentration camp prisoners. These are grown men. Okay, these are men. These are not the elderly. These are not the youthful. Look at the bulging kneecaps. That's because they've been starved. Um, Usually they would receive 2 meals a day, and by meal I mean a crust of bread and perhaps some soup. And this isn't Campbell's Hearty Man soup. This is a bowl of brown water. That's about as much broth, essentially, if they were lucky. So these were grown men, and these are the clothes that they were given. And if you know anything about some of Europe's weather, especially where these men were put into prison, it is cold. It is cold, and it snows, and it can be quite frigid. Notice the lack of shoes. Essentially blankets wrapped around them. This is all they had. Notice also they all had shaved heads. The Germans were quite brilliant in their evil plan. They would shave the head of the prisoners and then take the hair and stuff it into pillows and mattresses. So essentially using the prisoners to make money for the war effort. So that's pretty horrifying. Here, this is where they would sleep. These are essentially their barracks. You can notice that's the roof right there, so no insulation. You were expected to sleep 3 to 4 men in each bunk. I notice you're not sleeping longwise, you're sleeping deep. Notice these bowls, they look a lot like dog food bowls. And that's how the Nazis thought of the Jews, as they were dogs, they were less than human. If you notice here, this person right here, this is Elie Wiesel. He is the author of Night, the book that we're going to be reading. So he survived, barely survived the Holocaust. But notice his face there. He was, I believe, 15, 16 years old when this picture was taken, and yet look at his face. He looks like a 40, 50-year old. But that's the starvation and that's the abuse that he suffered under. Some more pictures. Here you have the piles of bodies. Um, Here again, the people killed, and the bombing of some of the camps. The camps were bombed by the Russians in order to hurt the Germans, but also hurt the prisoners. In this last picture, this is the crematorium. If you can see the word cremate in that, this is where the Jews were, their bodies were burned. So many Jews burned or so many people burned that the ash would go up the chimneys and come out into the surrounding area, and it looked like snow. It was so thick in the air and on the ground. So this kind of starts us off. This is where we're headed as we begin night, is to these crematoriums. All right, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much.